Hi, this is Vanshika Chauhan, and I am working as a legal intern with Lexis and Company. And I'll be talking about the augmentation of false FIRs and the remedies available to the people against whom false cases have been implicated. With the increasing crime rate, mayhem, atrocities on the people of India, the women, including the senior citizens, the Indian judiciary has espoused a strict mode to deal with such type of crimes, and deterrence has been issued by the Indian judiciary in order to punish such culprits and convict them and control such crime. I'll be talking about what false FIR is and how can a person get remedy from the Indian judiciary in a case falsely implicated against him or her. False cases are being registered almost everywhere in the country, whether it is politics, society, or matrimonial matters. So in 2014, several newspapers of India had covered data from the Delhi Commission of Women, which stated that 53.2% of the rape cases which were registered in Delhi from April 2013 to July 2014 were found to be false. The previous CRPC did not have any provision related to anticipatory bail, but the 41st Law Commission of India report observed the necessity for granting anticipatory bail because sometimes influential people try to implicate their enemies in false cases just to get back at them. So what exactly is an FIR? An FIR is the first step to initiate a criminal proceeding against someone. A person can give the information of a cognizable offence to the police officer under section 154(1) of the CRPC. If the police officer does not register his FIR, then he can directly go to the senior police officer or the SSP under section 154(3) of the CRPC. If the SSP still does not register the FIR, the victim can approach the magistrate directly under section 156(3) of the CRPC and give information about the cognizable offence. The magistrate would direct the police officer to start investigation and to register the FIR. Now coming to what is a false FIR. A false FIR is wherein a person deliberately lodges a false FIR against someone in order to falsely implicate him in a false case, generally because of enmity. False information is information which is given deliberately to deceive someone. And coming to the remedies which are available against false FIR or false complaint, there are basically three kinds of remedies. The very first being remedies before the arrest is made. Second one being the remedies available after the arrest is made or after filing of the charge sheet before the court. Thirdly, the remedies which are available after the person has been acquitted from a falsely implicated case. Coming to the remedies before the arrest is made, the person can file for an anticipatory bail under section 438 of the CRPC. If false FIR in a case of non-bailable offence is filed, then the person can apply for anticipatory bail before the High Court or the Sessions Court. Secondly, coming to the cases after the arrest is made or the filing of the charge sheet has been done before the court, the person can go for quashing of FIR. This power has been granted to the High Court under the inherent powers of High Court under section 482 of the CRPC. Under this section, the court can grant any such order which may be necessary to give effect to any order under this code and to prevent the abuse of power or to secure the ends of justice. There was this case of State of Haryana versus Bhajanlal, wherein the guidelines for quashing of FIR were laid down. These guidelines included 7-8 necessities, which were 7-8 kinds of cases under which the FIR can be quashed. The first one being if there is no prima facie case, the FIR can be quashed. Next, if there is an absence of a cognizable offence, then the commission of a crime is not listed in the FIR, then the FIR can be quashed. Then the investigation had begun without the order of the magistrate in case of a non-cognizable offence. Next, when there is a lack of evidence, the FIR can be quashed. If it is legally barred, then the FIR can be quashed. And lastly, if the proceedings are vexatious, then the FIR can be quashed by the High Court under its inherent powers under section 482 of the CRPC. Coming to the second remedy under the head, when the arrest has been made or the charge sheet has been filed before the court, is the writ jurisdiction under Article 226 of the Constitution of India. In this, if the false FIR has been filed and the court has passed an order against the accused, then the aggrieved party can go to the High Court, and if the High Court is satisfied that there has been a false FIR, it can pass a writ of either prohibition or mandamus. Prohibition to stop the further criminal proceedings, and mandamus to stop to order the police department or the police officers to perform their legal duties. Now coming to the remedies which are available for the person who has been acquitted from a falsely implicated case. After the quashing of the FIR, the person can ask for compensation for accusation without reasonable cause. Under section 250 subclause 1 of the CRPC, the magistrate can order the accusing to pay for the same. Further, he can file for a civil suit for defamation under section 19 of the CPC for compensation for the defamation that has been suffered by him.